Hey, look, boys and girls, my day's work is done. I have created a tag cloud, a tag system for our new little note-taking application, right? So I've been learning Django. What am I, 2.5 weeks into this? Something like 2.5 weeks into learning Django. Last week I created a chores app, and so continuing on in this process of learning how to make web applications, I decided to create a note-taking app using Django. Basically with this, I'm able to take a note. So I have a title, URL for wherever the website I got the information from is. I have a memo thing here, and then I have a tags. I have a tags area here. And basically my idea with this application is kind of the idea is what if we created a social media platform for people who like to play video games on solo mode? Right? Because that's the thing. Like, I'm not really anti social media. I just don't care that much about other people, as I've said. I'm more interested in what I care about. And so, again, as I've been doing, creating classes and things for Silicon Dojo, one of the big issues I have is basically just simple note taking, right? Things like, capitalizing each word in a string with Python. Doing other stuff, check, if text is in a string, if you're doing if-else statements, right? I don't need books on this information. Just as I'm going through and as I'm writing code, I just need to remember basic things like sort a dictionary list by key, right? I don't need very much. I just need the damn line of code. And so basically this allows me to very easily save my notes. And then one of my thoughts with this is to have different user accounts and then be able to have people follow other users, and not just follow other users, but I'm really interested in the idea of in-depth taxonomy. So when we talk about taxonomy is categories, taxonomy is tags. And so like one of my ideas is not that, okay, let's say Lewis is doing something. Let's say Lewis creates an account on this platform. Here's the reality. I don't necessarily want to follow everything that Lewis does, right? Lewis puts up a cat note. I don't care about it. He puts up a voodoo note. I don't really care about voodoo. But let's say he starts getting interested in machine vision. So he starts creating little notes or whatever about machine vision. So what I want to be able to do is I actually want to be able to subscribe to Lewis's tags in relation to machine vision, right? And I think that's kind of like an interesting idea. So as you have lots of different people researching projects, building things, the whole 9 yards, right? We're all going out there, we're all doing our own research, we're getting our little snippets, we're writing our own little notes. And so like if I'm learning TensorFlow and you're learning TensorFlow, we're both doing projects in TensorFlow at the same time. Imagine my feed, instead of being cat videos, or instead of being, I don't know, duck face or whatever the hell girls are doing nowadays, pictures. What if it was just like a feed of like real-time notes people are taking? And so I could sit here, have a cup of coffee in the morning and see somebody, did something with TensorFlow and be like, oh, fuck, I didn't know you could do that with TensorFlow. That sounds pretty cool. So anyways, that's what I'm doing here. So I'm building this little application, but one of the things I need to make all of this work is a tag, not just a tag, be able to tag things, but then actually be able to have something like a tag cloud. So if we go up here and we click on tag cloud, we see all the tags that I have created up until this point in time. Then we also get a count. We get a count of how many times I've used certain tags. I've used the Python tag 4 times, the capitalized tag 2 times, the string tag 2 times, whatever else. And the cool thing is, so I can just simply click on the capitalized tag, and then it shows me the 2 notes that I've done with capitalized. And so again, I think one of the interesting things is, like, what if I clicked on somebody's note, and then instead of seeing all capitalized or Python, what if it only showed me this person's notes on that particular subject, right? But anyways, then we can go here, and if I want to see the Python tags, I can simply click on the Python tag here, and this now shows me all the Python tags. If I click on split, it shows me all the nodes simply on split. Array shows me the one thing on array. List shows me a couple of things about list, and so on and so forth. So this is what I built today. And you're gonna be like, wow, Eli, wow, how'd you do it, man? And you know what my answer is gonna be? Yeah, I don't know. I wrote this code. I wrote this code. So we have, what is it? We have the URLs link here. So the URLs. So for search, we put in a string query thing. And when we go to tag cloud, so you click on search with the key. So that key value, so that's the tag itself. The tag is the key. So that's the key. All right, so yeah, so when we look at, so when we look at the tag cloud, this is a dictionary. So dictionary is an associative array. Well, it's not an array. It's like an associative array, but it's kind of sort of different. But anyways, so you have a named index. So Python is the name index, and then 4 is the value, right? So basically I count how many times Python shows up. That type of thing. So here is the key. So, right? So search key, right? That's the href. That then is processed by the URLs file. So for here we do search and then we do string : query. So it takes that key that we gave it, and now it considers that a string variable that is now called query. You'll notice I'm not using get. That was one of the things that I had to learn today. Apparently you don't use get in the Django world. But anyways, you use this instead of get. So anyway, so then that goes here. Oops, no, that's chores. That goes here. And okay, turn tag list into dictionary. What did I do? Okay, so this is the tag cloud. This is the tag cloud. And so here we have, oh no. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Here we have the search. Here we have the search. See, I'm so confused. Right, okay, so URL sends me to search with the value. So that's when we come here, see query comes in. So we get the request and the query. Template equals note list. We're just gonna go back to the note list we've been using. Notes equal all the object values. Then I create a results list, not an array, a list. Then for x in notes, if query, so if that word, that tag word is in x tags, right? So we take a query, this is now an object. So we have title, we have user, we have memo, we have tags, we have URL. So if that query value is in the index or the value for the tags index, we're going to results is this particular list. We're going to append X to results. So we're going to take that, turn to results. Then we're going to go to tags get down here. And then with tags get, basically what this is going to give is it's going to give me, it's going to give me this down here, these hyperlinks. So you have to do a lot of processing and views. So instead of using the template file, so the template file is what actually presents all this. You send information from views to the templates file. So I actually get these links in views just using normal Python. So basically, so results from here goes to here, for x in query, tags equals tags. So this is a string, so the tags string. So these, right, these are a string. So we click on edit. You'll notice down here, Python, comma, title, comma, text transformation, comma, capitalize, right? So that's the string that we're dealing with. So what we're going to do is we're going to use split. So we're going to split that string into a list, We're going to split on the comma delimiter. Then we just create a clean tag. I'm just going to need that a little bit later, a couple seconds. Then we're going to do for y in tag. So now we have a list of tags. We're going to strip. So we're going to trim the tags. We're going to trim the white space off of either side of the tags. Then we're going to have clean tag. Basically a string that we created up here. And this is going to be where we do a href search plus tag, All right, so plus the tag name, plus trim tag. So that gives us the link. Then this gives us the name that shows. Then we're going to close the A, and then we're going to add that to clean tag. So basically, for every tag so basically we take the string, we split the string into a list. For every tag in that list, we're going to strip the white space out. We are going to wrap it within a hyperlink tag, and then we're going to continuously add that to this clean tag string. Then what we're going to do is make X tags. So this list that we brought in here, we're gonna have X tags equals the string for a clean tag. You can probably take out that string, and then we're going to return the query. So we're going to return the X, and that shows up there. And you're like, oh, but you're like, well, okay, can you roll that back? Can you go back to line 113 there, Eli, and tell us exactly? No, I can't really. I wrote all this today. Like, this is actually, in fact, not copy and paste. I wrote a whopping, 40 lines of code, 50 lines of code today. And I think the most interesting part about this, and this is something to understand when you get into the real world of technology, is I wrote this, and this is completely stable. Seems fine. I'm not really sure what I wrote. And that is the truth of it. That's why you folks come to me, because I tell the gosh honest truth. I think one of the most interesting things about being a technology professional is you can use your skills to actually deploy technology, build and deploy technology. And sometimes at the end of it, you can't really explain what the hell you did. It's like, I was there, I wrote it. If I have to go through, like, I have to get rid of all this stuff. That's like so much crap in this. But anyways, it's like, I wrote it. I know for a fact it works. I am confident to give you a warranty on it. You will not be back within 30 days for this thing to break. But yeah, even I'm kind of confused looking at it. Even I get a little confused looking at it. And that's before you realize I left crap like Bob in here. Tags all equal hello. Yep, that's the kind of coder I am. I put these kind of things in there, like there's like little troubleshooting routines. So when I'm going through and I'm trying to figure out what's going on, I put this kind of stuff in there. And then I forget to take it out every once in a while. So yeah, but that's the truth of it. And that's what's kind of interesting, like being an educator and trying to teach people. And it's one of the reasons why it's hard being a technology educator. I remember this one jackass, right? I ran into this one jackass this one time, and he's like, he's in the startup world, of course. So Eli, and this was back when I was still popular on YouTube, when I was still making real money on YouTube. Anyways, I remember he came up to me, he's like, yeah, Eli, yeah. So if people that can do, and people that can't teach, Eli, what are people who blog? And then I walked away because I would have said some kind of identitarian insult towards him. Don't worry, he's a white guy. He's a white guy, it's okay. No, it's not okay. Anyways, I just remember that because it was the most amazingly stupid thing I've heard in so long. Because again, I have been a technology professional, right? I had my own company with 9 employees and the whole 9 yards. And one of the interesting things is when you're selling technology services, it's amazing how you can gloss over crap. And I'm not, right? You know it's true. Anybody who's actually been in the technology profession knows that there are times you're not really sure why the hell that just happened. You set it up, it works, it does what it's supposed to do, you make sure the user has your personal phone number if there's any problem. But if, somebody put $1,000 on the table and said, you get the $1,000 if you can fully explain what the hell happened, you probably will not get that $1,000. The interesting thing with being an instructor, being a teacher, is that you actually have to know all of this, right? So again, right now I'm only less than 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks into Django. So I'm not too worried about it. But like in another month, 2 months, I'll be teaching the Django class. And so when I teach a Django class, so when we teach a Django class, I have to have projects that I know backwards and forwards. I have to know them not backwards and forwards, as in I know how to do them. I have to know them backwards and forwards so that when one of my students fat fingers something and doesn't put a colon or puts a semicolon instead of a colon or puts or Y instead of X or whatever the hell else, like, I have to know this to the point in an in-person class that not only can I do it blindfolded, but when I have students fucking shit up, because they do, I can simply look over their shoulder and go, oh, you forgot that. Ha ha ha. And that's where being like a technology educator can be a real pain in the ass. But the nice part for you folks, the nice part for you, and this is what I'm trying to tell you. Here's a little shortcut. Most of you are not going to be technology educators. Most of you are not going to have to look over somebody's shoulder and point out the one little thing in the syntax they screwed up. So if you build it, and it works, and it's stable, and you don't seem to have any issues in the world, the reality is yes. Sometimes just walking away and taking the win is what you do. So anyways, there you go. Some lessons about the real world of technology. Just because you build it doesn't mean you know how the hell it actually works. So just one of those things to keep in mind. So there you go. Anyways, yeah, I like this little note app. Again, I don't know if it's gonna take over the world. It's probably not gonna take over the world. Probably not gonna be the next Facebook. But I like that. Again, like, you know, I've really been thinking about this with the whole social media for a long time. Again, been doing YouTube since 2009, and it's like that. It's that whole thing with you and YouTube, right? We're told it's the you and YouTube. Broadcast yourself. And then everybody, whether it's YouTube, whether it's the advertisers, whether it's the viewers, continuously say, stop talking about yourself. We don't care. And again, it's that weird thing. Like, what? Wait a minute. I thought we were supposed to be broadcasting ourselves. And so anyways, that's one of the things I think is kind of interesting with this whole idea of like, what if the note was like the primary resource or whatever in a social media platform where I am creating these for myself, but the work that I do in doing these may help other people. And then through the connection of the work that we're doing, maybe we can create some kind of relationship, right? Instead of, it's that whole respect thing, spect. Baltimore, they're all about spect. Anyways, it's like I feel like that with most of the social media, where like most of the social media is like spect me, right? You should respect me. But they don't really necessarily give you a reason to respect them. They demand or they want respect before they've proven why you should care that they're alive. And so one of the interesting concepts here is what if that's taken out? The reason people respect you is because you're actually creating something that they find valuable. I don't know. Something upon. I'm gonna keep building. What the hell else am I gonna do? Silicon Dojo. God knows when Silicon Dojo is going to open. Apparently, the kitchen cabinets, like I care about kitchen cabinets. Apparently, we're waiting on kitchen cabinets now, and they won't be until at least the 24th. So yeah, I can't move into my office, so I might as well create a web app. So anyways, there you go. Do remember, if you like this kind of content, give us a thumbs up. If you hate this kind of content, please give us a thumbs down. Give us a comment one way or the other. YouTube does not care about the mental health quality of your interaction, so long as there's an interaction. Remember, as far as YouTube is concerned, if the interaction drives you to suicide, That's a couple extra cents on Susan W.'s account. It's harsh, but true. So anyway, share, subscribe, comment, do all those things. And I'll see y'all later.